Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today, talks between North and South Korea and how that impacts the Winter Olympics. Plus, the college football champs, a failed secret mission, and a new push for high-tech Hollywood. All that and much more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Tuesday, January 9th. You ready? Let's do this. North Korea and South Korea officials met face-to-face for the first time in 2 years. As expected, part of the talks were all about the Winter Olympics, starting in just 1 month from today, by the way, in South Korea. The Guardian reports North Korea officially said it will be sending a team to the Games. And apparently, South Korea even suggested the two countries march together. South Korea also brought up other issues like trying to hold reunions for family members separated in the Korean War. TBD on that. But the meeting and the North's commitment to the Games is a big step, at least considering the rising tensions over North Korea's nuclear weapons program. Still, some experts say be careful. They question North Korea's real motives. A lot of people from El Salvador who have been living in the U.S. for years are now being told they gotta leave. The Trump administration is saying goodbye to a humanitarian program for people from El Salvador. The Washington Post reports the program allowed nearly 200,000 people to live and work in the U.S. after 2 earthquakes hit El Salvador back in 2001. They were given what's called temporary protected status because of the devastation from those earthquakes. So now people who have lived in the U.S. legally for 17 years may have to leave by September 2019. Some argue this will split up families. Many of the people have children now in the U.S., and family members back in El Salvador often depend on the money they're making at jobs in America. Others say the program is supposed to be temporary, and the not-so-safe conditions from those earthquakes aren't really a problem anymore. President Trump took the field at the college football national championship game last night in Atlanta. He smiled and waved to the crowd as he walked out on field, and there was a lot of noise, both cheers and some boos. Some groups, like the NAACP, protested outside the stadium. President Trump was on the field for the national anthem before the game. But who wasn't on the field? Sports Illustrated reports the players from both college teams stayed in the locker room. No one really said why, but remember, the president has been critical of NFL players for kneeling during the national anthem. As for the game itself, Alabama beat Georgia in overtime 26-23. And rapper Kendrick Lamar performed for the halftime show. Just a couple other things to know about President Trump today. He talked up policies to help farmers yesterday during a speech at a Farm Bureau conference in Tennessee. And there's talk that Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller may be looking to interview Trump on the whole Russia investigation thing. We'll come back to that one once there's an official request or some more details. This SpaceX mission had a code name, Zuma. But the mission did not go as planned. Now the Wall Street Journal reports a highly classified spy satellite is likely lost. A satellite probably worth billions of dollars. It's not great for SpaceX, who wanted to get more government contracts like that one. But because the whole thing is classified, no one's really saying much about what happened. All right, other things people may be talking about today. Net neutrality. Some Senate Democrats are trying to get net neutrality rules back in place. Remember, net neutrality requires everything on the internet to be equal. So, for example, a small blog and a big company's website have to run at the same speed without anyone paying any extra. Supporters say it's necessary to keep things online fair and accessible. Critics say it's government overreach and stifles innovation. And remember, the FCC voted last month to get rid of net neutrality rules. Well, here's the new part. Some Senate Democrats are saying, let's try to reverse that FCC decision and get net neutrality rules back in place. The Hill reports they have enough support to force a vote in the Senate. But here's the thing. Even if it passes all of Congress, President Trump probably wouldn't sign it into law. Still, some are saying, let's try anyway, because it'll force all lawmakers on both sides of the aisle to vote and let everyone know how they feel about the issue. The clothing store H&M is saying sorry. An international ad showed a child model who was black wearing a sweatshirt that said, "Coolest monkey in the jungle." A lot of people on social media made it very clear that is not cool and has racist undertones. USA Today reports H&M apologized and immediately pulled the ad. Here's a reminder to check for software updates on your phone and computer. Remember, we've talked a couple of times now about the security flaws to most phones and computers out there right now. They can leave our personal information vulnerable to hackers. Well, heads up, TechCrunch reports there's now a new update for iPhones and Mac computers to fix the issue. So you may want to check for it. On your iPhone, just go to Settings, tap General, then Software Update. On a Mac, check for updates on the Mac App Store. Of course, other companies will be providing updates as quickly as they can to their devices, so be on the lookout. Several updates now from CES as the first official day kicks off. This is the Consumer Electronics Show, the biggest tech trade show of the year held in Las Vegas, where hundreds of companies show off their latest gadgets. First up, Intel. Variety reports the company announced a new studio space in Los Angeles to help Hollywood go high-tech. This new Intel Studios, as it's called, wants to help more media use virtual reality and augmented reality. Basically, one allows you to feel like you're in another world. The other overlays digital items onto the real world. Now, on to the smart devices, which is huge this year. Google seems to be on a mission to make sure Amazon doesn't take over the space forever. The Verge reports Google has a huge Hey Google booth and a new announcement that several other companies will be making speakers with Google's voice assistant attached. So, for example, Sony will make a device that has a Google voice and a screen. Google's new speaker and screen devices are supposed to come out this summer. Samsung is also talking smart devices. The company unveiled its new SmartThings app using its virtual assistant Bixby. And the company made a promise to have all Samsung devices be smart devices by 2020. So we're talking voice commands for everything from your TV to your refrigerator. Other things at CES? Mac rumors and Time also point to AI assistants in your car, a bunch of new drones and action cameras, and more to come this week. And that's it. You are all caught up. Don't forget, you can enter to win prizes worth more than $300 at thenewsworthy.com/giveaway. One way to be entered is to leave a review on iTunes or wherever you listen. And then here's the key. Screenshot that review and share it on social media with the hashtag #TheNewsworthy. Again, all the details are at thenewsworthy.com/giveaway. If you want more information about today's stories, all of that is there for you on thenewsworthy.com. Click episodes and today's date. The Newsworthy is ready for you to listen and get in the know every weekday by 4 a.m. Eastern Time. So we'll chat again tomorrow. Have a great day.